Dear Liz, I loved hearing about your thoughts on the arts last week and seeing your appreciation of the green glory that surrounds your humble abode. To answer your question, my favourite art to delve into is definitely books, and it has been for most of my life. I love reading all sorts of books when I get the chance, and that includes non-fiction and fiction, but I do much prefer the escape that fiction can bring. I've never really listened to music like most do for religious reasons, but what I've learned is that compared to other arts, it's a way to find yourself and your feelings in a very emotive way. A way to understand feelings that don't necessarily have words to express them sometimes. A way to create a space for yourself with an atmosphere that suits the mood you're in and the way you want to feel. That said, language isn't really the reason why I've loved to read, although with a sister who does English literature, it's hard not to get caught up sometimes. The stories in themselves allow us to experience so much, and to convey a meaning that others may not have been able to know otherwise. And there's so much depth that you can't really get when you have a time limit. Books can go on for such a long time, and I think that's the most awesome thing I love about them. The fact that you can get so much detail in them, and there's just things that you can't quite express physically or with sounds. You have to feel the whole experience in the words that the author chooses to use. Hearing stories said aloud in audiobook form has also helped me to create more space in my mind to appreciate the words that are being used. Like, did you know that in the Harry Potter books, Voldemort puns? Voldemort puns! It's so cool! My favourite TV show this year is also a book, and that's War and Peace. I got it for my birthday after my sister thought that I'd enjoy it, and it's infamously a mammoth of a read. It's about 1,000 pages long, and I'm about 200 pages in. So far, what I've learned from my appreciation of this book and the arts in general is that there will always be parts of someone's life that I won't know, but that doesn't stop me from being able to try and learn more about it, and how their mindset has formed from it, and how their perspective has grown, and perhaps how it's not so far away from my own, even though we've lived very different lives. The adventure is finding out and learning more about yourself and how you feel about the characters and what happens, and that applies to whatever art you lean towards. So I guess my question for you is, what's your favourite way of learning more about yourself or about others? Have you learned about these people in ways that you hadn't expected? I look forward to hearing from you, tree friend. From your friend who's constantly learning, Zainab.